Hi guys and welcome back to a new video on the channel, and I'm here again with new meta formation, a formation that has been coming up in the meta. The 4-2-2 is the one we're going to be talking about today. Let's get straight into it. What we've gone for in the tactics is a build-up style of counter. Yeah, this is something different than usual. Normally I put it on balance, but this time I've put it on counter and defensive approach on high. It will make sense when we do the video, but I think counter in this formation is just so deadly because yeah, we'll get to it. Then goalkeeper, sweeper, keeper balanced, nothing special. Defenders on defender and defend, center backs I mean, and the right and left back both on fullback defend. As you know from previous videos, it's just risky to play with defend sometimes, and in this formation I think we have enough going forward, so to prevent counters from the 4-2-1-3, we put them on fullback defend. We also put both CDMs on holding and defend just to prevent the counterattacks. Simple as that, because we trust enough in that we're going to score goals anyway. Now we get to the cams. It's shadow striker attack. This is of course means that they'll play closer to the strikers and that the distances between them will be very short and that you have 4 players almost inside the box in a row. Then, for the strikers, we've gone with advanced forward on both, but I've put Mbappe on support and Henry on attack. You can decide yourself which side you want. I think one on support, one on attack just gives a better balance to that duo and yeah, puts you in a better situation overall. So what we've done now with shadow striker is almost that in the box there will be 4 in a row. So let's see in the clips how we're going to attack with it. So this example is us cutting in from the wing, but what we need to highlight from this clip, as you can first see the goal, is how it happens. So you saw the goal, pretty basic goal, right? Let's play it again. The most important part comes when he commits with his Theo and with his left back towards our right back. Of course he's on defense, but it doesn't mean that you cannot involve him a bit. It's just that you need to be careful that you don't lose the ball. But in this case we have the ball with Rashford, and he steps out with Theo. What happens here is then that he just has 3 defenders left against 4 of our attackers. One of them receives the ball, which is Dembele, and then we are in a yeah.
What?
We have more players than him around the box, and then it's all about picking a pass, which then becomes easy. But the important part is to pull out a defender of his. Next clip again, we got one on the left with Mbappe. We cut it back, play it across, and now if we pause it, when we get it with Henry, you can see that we have an option to the left, an option to the right, and an option, of course, to turn and shoot. We choose to play to Simons and then turn and shoot. But you see the positioning of Simons there as a shadow striker is almost like another attacker, which, yeah, basically is also what the instruction says. I've now gone with a build-up from the back as a third example to see how we build up our play. Now we create a bit of space in the middle, but we get forced back because of the automatic offside traps. He commits then with Thuram, and I think that's where Mbappe's support comes into play. He went a bit to the outside because he could support us there. We play it through, and then you can see again that Simons is already so far to the inside that it's just tick, 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 and it's a goal. Let's see another clip, a bit with build-up, but how quick we go. Now you can see that we messed up the input, we press him, and again, we get into that situation where if we pass it here with Dembele, you can see that there's 3 guys inside of the box waiting. And then it's all about making the right choices. We stay calm there with Henry, cancelling the shot and passing it again to Simons. But we can keep passing and passing and passing however we want because we have so many options there. It's all about just a one turn away from the defender. And if you have the driven shot, it's even easier because yeah, then you can just low driven it into the bottom corners. Another build up from the back. We just trigger players, so Simons is on a run, but we play it through the middle a lot. Here you can see we play to Dembele, and the moment we get it with Dembele, we know that space is going to open up in the middle, and it's just pretty easy. We don't do any skill moves, nothing. It's just all tiki-taka, turn, shoot, driven, whatever. So as you can see, it's also not that hard to master because it's not a formation where you need a good individual skill to get past your defender. It's all about timing and passing. Let's get into some defensive clips. There's of course a lot of SBC players on the pitch, and we made a video about the tier list from all the SBC players that got released in the month June. So after finishing this video, make sure to check out the next one. So of course, we'll be covering some pressure clips and some around the box clips. First one will be around the box. As you can see, he plays out of our pressure with a crazy ball from Rafael Leao to Kaká to the other side. And now we'll find ourselves defending with 6 because the DMs will be back. And you can see that the positioning of the DMs is good. He gets the ball with Vieira in what seems like a very dangerous situation. But honestly, if you look closely and pause it when the ball comes to Vieira, he doesn't have a lot of options because our defender is in front of the shot. We have another DM closing him in from the other side. So if we just don't panic there, this formation is really good because the DMs will be connected to the center backs and he won't have much space to turn and shoot with. Next up, he gets the ball on the edge of the box. Here we defend the area. And what's the most important here is to get those fullbacks to the inside. So make it compact. If we select the fullbacks manually and drag them to the inside, he'll have less space to work with. In this case, Lukaku can body, I don't know who it was. I think it was Vieira or Leao. And then whenever we've done that, we can pull back our DM. So what we want is, of course, the space to be as compact as possible, both ways. So the DMs have to be connected as well as the fullbacks. This is again a pressure play with 4-2-2. As you can see, the attackers and the cams don't really defend, but what's then important is to keep the middle close with the DMs at all times, because that's where everyone wants to go, to the middle. And when you see that he doesn't have a lot of other options than the middle, you can be more aggressive, as we do there with Gravenberch, and we win the ball back. And the last clip, talking about pressure, is here we commit with Rashford, but we don't panic, we just run back our midfielder, and there we find ourselves in a position where we can get the ball of Mariona. The mistake most people do is they don't select Reinders there, and then the left mid, Mariona, can keep on running in open space, and you immediately become your center back, which gives a lot of dangerous situations. So this clip doesn't seem special, but it's something to keep in mind, to always defend with your midfielders before you defend with your defenders. So guys, this was the video about the 4-2-2. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Of course, the code will be in the description, and all there's left for me to say is drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you for next time. Bye.